Hello, welcome back to another video. It is, I don't even know what it is right now. I want to say it's like 80 degrees or something in Minnesota. Minnesota is one heck of a different state, let me tell you. We'll see what the temperature is now as long as my phone picks it up. Yeah, we're at 81 degrees right now. And come on, where's the good stuff? Bring the rest in here. So I'm starting out with the weather report here. Okay, it's 81 degrees right now. It's gonna get down to 60 tonight. We got a high of 67 tomorrow, and then it drops down to 27 degrees. Then we got the next night, the low is 28 degrees, then 26 degrees. So I was just teasing one of the locals here about me living in Minnesota all my life and how I still haven't figured it out yet, because it's like it's about 80 degrees today. Tomorrow it could be snowing. And he said, "You ain't kidding, brother." So, I'll have to check, see what I got left for diesel. I know my 5-gallon tank's empty, but my main tank that feeds the heater, and there's a little bit left in it. I do believe I haven't looked, but I don't know how much. So if we're gonna have 3 nights that are below freezing, I'm gonna have to get more diesel. I mean, I'll survive if I didn't, because I got plenty of blankets and stuff. It's not like it's gonna be below zero, but last thing I want right now is to get sick. I'm getting older and living in a camper. The last thing I want is to be sick or something. So we'll see. But the good Lord will take care of me, always does. Oh, I just know the good stuff's got to be right around the corner, man. I mean, I've been sowing good seed all my life. I mean, I ain't perfect and I made my mistakes, but for the majority of my life, I've been doing my best to walk as Christ would walk, in life. Nowhere near as perfect as him, of course. But it can't be tough. I've had so much toughness throughout my life. I just can't imagine that it can keep going for much longer, you know. And some of the stories I've been telling through my videos about different points in my life, you know, like at 25, my biological dad died. Yeah, and then like 3 weeks later, my little sister got into an accident and been paralyzed from the chest down, was in a coma for a year, and had multiple surgeries within the first 48 hours or something just to keep her alive, you know, and then we didn't know if she was going to be a vegetable or what. And that extended, she did end up making it through it, and I've told stories about that. I got more to tell about her life. She made it to 26, and that happened when she was like a teenager, like, I want to say like, maybe, I'm just going to guess 16, 17. My brain ain't thinking about it accurately right now, but she got like an extra 10 years out of her life, you know, or something like that. Would have been a little longer if she would have taken better care of herself, maybe. I don't know, you know, but maybe not, you know, because good Lord, when the good Lord wants you, it's your time, you know. I mean, she did a lot of great things in her time that she was here. She was against the grain kind of person. If she had something to say, she'd say it. She wouldn't hold back on account of she didn't want to hurt your feelings. It's not that she wanted to hurt your feelings, but she'd say what she had to say. You know, so I don't know, you can see it out the window there, but that's Tony pulling in. If it's showing up out the window, I think it might be. Well, you'll see it backing up anyway, I do believe. I'm trying to look at my little monitor and see if you can see him. Once it gets backed up, you should be able to see him backing in. Oh yeah, I can see it on the monitor. I can see him backing in. But, you know, and that was when I was 25, you know, and then after we made it through that transition, there's a bunch of other stuff that happened there too. And I moved in with my stepmom and my sister when that happened because I knew it would be too hard for my stepmom. She'd already lost my dad and their baby girl in an accident, you know, so I moved in to help out with them too because I knew it'd be a whole new learning process for my sister if I learned how to be independent, you know. My sister made it to 26 years old. So, 25. So I was about 35 when my sister died. In the process of that, when her health was starting to decline, I would start taking care of my nephew that was her son. That's a whole nother story I'll tell you about. When she got pregnant and stuff, how that went. But because basically when she got in that accident, my dad was already gone, so I felt like it was my responsibility to take up my dad's reins and be not only a big brother but also be like a father figure too, and teach her discipline for what she was going through, to not just be a big brother and a friend, but also to kind of be a parent figure a little bit. And I was trying to be a better parent figure than my mom and my dad and my stepmom, because they kind of like let it run loose a little bit more than I would have, you know. I just guess everybody's got their own views on how to raise the kids or something, you know. But I've done good with people all my life. But anyway, that's just different stuff like that throughout my life. Even when I was before that in my 20s. You know, it just seems like through each decade I had so much different challenges, and through it all, you know, I mean, I always put on my happy face, was good to people and helping people. Because as a kid, as a little kid, you know, I was taught, basically it was bred in me to serve people, you know, be good to them and be the best I could be. It's what Mom embraced me to do it. Be the best I can be to everybody, you know. And I don't know where I'm going with this, but the point is I've sowed a lot of good seed through the years, even while I was going through trial after trial after trial. I think one of the furthest I ever strayed was when my grandfather died, and I was in my early 20s. It was before my dad and stuff, but my grandpa, I was really close to him. He was like a dad, a friend, best friend, grandpa, mentor, all kinds of stuff, man. He was just really, really cool. And they called me Eagle Eye all my life. And he was, his mom was Native American, pure blood or whatever. My great grandpa was like Irish European or something like that, or Scottish Irish European or something. I don't know. But anyway, when my grandpa died, that's where I probably strayed the furthest from God. I was hurt really bad. I was the first really super close person to me that I ever had die. So I was really hurting inside, and I wanted to escape from that hurt. So I got into drugs and stuff. I still didn't. I don't know. I didn't really drink a lot in the beginning there. I didn't like drink. Never cared for drinking. But I got into doing like a lot of different drugs. But I started out with pot. I'd already kind of tried on and off a little bit. But yeah, I got into some drugs. I never like, you know, used needles or nothing like that. But I tried a lot of different drugs in that time, just to running from my life and who I was. Thank goodness I made it through it. Although I lost a lot of weight. At one point I was down to, I don't know, I was like down to 127 or 117 pounds or something, and from about 180 or something like that. And I was all skin and bones, and couldn't function changing my hands because I was messing myself up. And I had a good long talk with myself in the mirror about life, and told myself if wanted to die, keep doing what I was going to doing, and if I wanted to live, I better change my ways, and I did. Thank goodness gracious. I don't regret none of it, and I don't hide it from nobody. It's what made me who I am today, you know. But yeah, had I kept going on the path I was on, yeah, I probably wouldn't be here today, because I did a lot of crazy stuff then too. After my grandpa died, not only was I getting into drugs, but then I got into freehand cliff climbing and just anything that just was life-threatening, you know. I was just like, yeah, let's do it. Let's try it. Yeah, I did a lot of crazy stuff. And the good Lord, boy, he's got a reason for me, I tell you, because I've done crazy, crazy stuff that God had to be just really getting frustrated with me. He probably had so many angels flying around me, protecting me all the time, because I was getting so goofy, you know, doing crazy stunts and climbing cliffs without ropes and riding on the hood of my Trans Am with the cruise control on, going down the highway, pretending like I was Superman flying down the road. Well, I did have a passenger in there. I wasn't very nice about it. I asked him to grab the steering wheel because I had the cruise control on. He was thinking so I could light a cigarette, and I did it so I could climb out onto the hood and pretend like I was Superman. Poor guy started freaking out. Can you blame him? You know, but I did a lot of crazy stuff, you know. That's because I think when I look back at it, I think it's because I was hurting inside and I just didn't care what happened, you know. I was just like, you know, Grandpa died and everybody was getting all, you know, my brother was all getting like greedy against my dad and stuff. And then of course my dad, I thought he was being greedy too, but I was caught in the middle of it, so I just couldn't see it all like I see it now today. And it was just, my dad was just being on defensive, you know, trying to defend against, you know, what I think were out of line statements and stuff by my brother. But anyway, we ain't gonna get into all that. But yeah, I've done a lot of crazy stuff in my life, so sowed a lot of good seed. Helped lots and lots of people. Really, really have. They all like me for today, and I run into people from years and years ago that for some reason don't forget me, and they're so happy to see me when they do, and it doesn't matter if I ain't seen them in 30-40 years. I give them a big hug and they ask how the heck I've been, and they just light up, you know. It's neat to see. It's neat to see people get that excited when they see me, when they haven't seen me in so long, you know. So I know I've been doing something right, and because of that I figure, and all the crazy stuff I did, I figure God saved me for a reason through all that craziness I've done. And I'm still alive and breathing today. And up till today still, I don't take no regular medications. I don't have to take, you know, blood pressure pills or none of that stuff. And when I've been in and checked every time, I'm overweight without a doubt. And I've lost quite a bit because I was over 400 pounds at one point. But whenever I get checked, my heart's good, my blood pressure's good. My cholesterol's good. I don't have diabetes, you know. So thank you, Lord. Even though my life is really tough right now, it's been one of the tougher challenges I've been through. I got to thank the Lord for all the good stuff I do have. You know, I'm still alive and doing pretty good. I am starting to miss the ability to shower when I want. You know, I mean, I still got baby wipes and water and rags and stuff, so I can sponge bath and clean up and stuff. But it ain't the same as like when I had my fitness membership at Anytime Fitness, and I could just go to the gym 24 hours a day. I could just, well, I like going later at night when there's less people there, so that way I could work out easier if I wanted to without waiting for a machine or something. And it just seemed a little more private because they get pretty busy nowadays. It ain't like when they first opened up. Now they're pretty busy even at night. And but then I like going more in the nighttime, or like somewhere from 10 to 5 in the morning or something, or 10 to 4 in the morning is when they seem to be the less busy. Then I could work out a little bit, take a shower. Still do pretty good, but it just ain't the same. So something's got to change. I believe it's coming. I've been saying that for a few months now in these videos. But I wasn't going to start these videos until my life got better, because I didn't want to show myself as a failure. But I'm not a failure. I've built stuff, had townhouses and different houses and stuff, cool motorcycles, cool cars and stuff. Not the coolest, but to me they were cool. And they weren't like, you know, showroom cars or nothing like that, you know. But they were fun cars, different types and stuff. And I've had a few different places. You know, so, but this has been one of my tougher ones, you know. But I've lost it all and rebuilt before. This time God's got me on a different mission. That's why I'm doing this channel. He wanted me to start talking about it more, so that's why this channel came about. I don't know what I'm hearing. I have the hardest time titling these sometimes. I'm gonna have to title it mystery title or something. Just watch the video. What will you think the title should be in the comment? Well, as always, oh, look at that. The thumbnail is bigger than my head this time. That's for the old thumbs up there if you're on YouTube watching me. But if I go over here like this, see if I can get it in there. There we go. Now my thumb's bigger than my head. Thanks for watching. Hope you got something out of it. And I hope you come back. I hope you subscribe. And if any of the stuff I talk, if you see anything in any of my videos that something you think somebody else might relate with or like, share it with them. And don't forget to talk to God. He's most important out of all this stuff. And when you do talk to God, tell him Darren says hi. Thanks for watching. God bless you, and we'll see you on the next one.